everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I'm making a layout for Hip Kit Club. It's my first layout with the June Hip Kit Club kits. They're absolutely gorgeous and I'm playing along with this week's weekly challenge, which is a sketch challenge. So you just saw the sketch there. It's a kind of like a traveller's notebook style sketch. Of course, I'm interpreting it to be 12 by 12. So yeah. So I'm starting off with the thing that I was most excited about receiving this month, which was that gorgeous little stamp set with the houses. So they're layered houses, so you can stamp them with a colour and then you have like a solid look, and then you can stamp over the top with the lines. So I'm just using some of the orange and the pink inks that we got in the colour kit this month to stamp my houses. So you can see that I'm going ahead there and I've stamped quite a lot. So I've done all three different sizes of houses, and now I'm going to take my black StazOn ink. So it's not black actually, it's a dark grey. It's slightly less harsh than the black, which is why I use that one. I'm using my StazOn ink, which was not part of the kit, it's just something I have in my stash, to stamp over the top of my houses with the lines. And they're easy to line up because they are clear stamps. So I literally just looked through my acrylic block and stamped directly over the top of my houses. And now I'm fussy cutting them out, and I'm then fussy cutting the roofs off of the houses and then sticking the different colour roofs on the other colour house. So I have pink houses with orange roofs, and I have orange houses with pink roofs. So super duper cute and a really lovely way of doing this. So I literally just chopped off the roof with my scissors and then stuck it on the on another one. So then I have these multicoloured houses which look really cute. I'm going to fussy cut some more houses out in a bit, but right now I'm going to work on my background. So I'm going for that really beautiful orange coloured cardstock that's in the cardstock kit this month for my background, although it won't be a background, it will be a border. And then I'm using white cardstock for the background, and then I'm going to use that pink and white Pinkfresh Studio paper, and I'm going to cut it up into the diagonal stripes and distress all the edges and stick them back on. So you can see that I'm just putting my background together basically. So I've trimmed out the middle of the orange cardstock because I wouldn't want to waste it, and I have stuck on my white card, which I trimmed down a bit. I've trimmed this piece down as well, distressing the edges. I've distressed the edges of everything, and now I'm going to spend some time cutting out my diagonal stripes, and I'm taking a bit out in between each stripe as well, so that I have a little gap in between each one. I've distressed the edges of all of those, and then I've stuck it back onto position onto the white cardstock background. So I just wanted to create a layout of two halves really, because of the style of the sketch, which is traveller's notebook style. They're very distinct pages with a line down the middle. Now I just thought I would try to replicate that, even though this is not a traveller's notebook sketch, not a traveller's notebook layout. It's a 12 by 12, but I wanted to recreate that on the sketch, so I wanted to create a layout of two halves. So that's what I'm doing, and it's a bit of a different style to what I would normally do, but I love a sketch challenge. It's great fun to play around with different layouts, this was right up my street really. I really enjoyed doing this sketch. On the sketch, the photo is over on the left hand side, and over on the right you have another cluster and then the title. So I'm going to stick fairly closely to the sketch in that respect. So I'm just building up my little cluster of journaling cards and my houses, and my photo on the left hand side, which is the plain side of the layout, just the white cardstock. And then over on the right I need to create another cluster, and I have some other bits and pieces. I need my title, and of course embellishments too. So I really love this pocket from the Pinkfresh Studio collection, and I'm just going to add that over on the right hand side of my layout. You can see that my fussy cut houses have magically appeared there on the left, and they are going to therefore be used as embellishments across the rest of this layout. So I'm just, there's a sketch there, I'm just referring to it to make sure I get things in the right place. So I've just stuck that giant pocket in. It's a really big pocket. It has something written on it which doesn't work with my photo. It says baking together, I think, and we were not baking at this point. We were watching TV and binge watching, really. She was not very well this week, so she spent a lot of time in front of the TV and watching Disney stuff on the computer underneath my desk. It was really cute, but while she got better. So this is just a photo of me and her watching some TV together. So yeah, it's really nice. The baking together didn't work, so I have to cover that up with something. So I'm just going through my kit and trying to work out what will work in terms of embellishments. So I'm trying to stick to a really soft colour scheme. I really love the oranges and the pinks, and they're the colours of inks that I've used. I could have gone with the blue as well to introduce the blue colour, but I did try it and I was just happier with the shades of pink and blue. Sorry, not pink and blue, pink and orange, and kind of a bit of red in there as well. So I'm sticking with those colours, and therefore I was a little bit limited with what else I could use from the rest of the kit. So yeah, I'm just making sure that the things I do pull out are in those soft, pretty colours of shades of pink and orange. So I've put out some flowers. They had green on them and I didn't want to introduce green to the layout, so I've just trimmed off the leaves, yeah. So I've been also through the little vellum houses as well. Sorry, they're not vellum houses. There are some houses in there, but they're not just a whole pack of houses. There's a pack of vellum die cuts, and there's some houses in there, so I've poured those out. I put out some hearts as well, and I've just gone through the ephemera too and pulled out what would work. And I'm just now, I found a little label that said family time, that I could cover the baking together up with. So that's in place, and I'm just trying to figure out my title now. I've gone for Slow Days. That's a piece from one of the ephemera packs, so just that's perfect, sums up that week certainly. Yeah, just going through and pulling out other bits and pieces. You can see that I've pretty much arranged my layout there. I've got all my photo over on the left with lots of houses, and then I've got lots of more houses on the right hand side. My title's going to go there. Oh, by the way, I put another journaling card inside the tag, and I've punched a hole in it and I've put some thread around it, and now it will pull out and I can write my journaling on there. Although at the end of the layout I forget this and I write my journaling directly onto the layout itself. So I can add some. I didn't have much room, so I'm actually going to add some more journaling. I haven't done it yet, but I will. I just thought I would add, I might expand on the story of her being unwell. I've just written on my layout about chilling out together watching films, but I haven't gone into detail about her being unwell that week, so I could do that, and I think I will. So yeah, just doing that now, I'm adding a tag at the bottom section of that tab, because on the sketch the right hand cluster was extended towards the middle, so I've just done that by putting a tag there. I have also punched a piece of the orange cardstock with a border punch, notebook border punch, because that was represented on the sketch, and I've stuck that underneath the left hand side of the big tag on the right, and I'm now just getting everything stuck down and stuck in place to make sure that nothing moves. So I tend to forget where I've stuck everything, move it all off, and then I'm like, oh, how was it? Sometimes I take a photo so that I can re-stick it, but I didn't on this occasion. I just kind of went for it, yeah, it ends up slightly different to what it was, but I'm good with that. It looks fine. I'm happy with how it turned out. I basically wanted lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of houses on this layout, and because I just love that stamp set so much. It was the most gorgeous stamp set I think I've ever seen. I'm just so excited to receive that stamp set. So here I am now with it all completely stuck down. I say it's slightly different to what I had planned, but it's pretty good. I'm happy with how it looks. There's loads of houses, so all good. And I've just stuck down some, or just adding in some of the vellum hearts there from the vellum die cut pack. And then I have a little geotag that's going at the top there. I have a little labelled tag underneath it that says best of today. And over on the left hand side I've added a little round piece of ephemera with a house on it. And then over on the right hand side I've got a chipboard heart and a puffy sticker that says the Stay Home Club, which we definitely are right now. So now I've also added a second title. So I liked the slow days, but I also had relaxing. So I've added that at the bottom left hand corner of my photo. I'm just adding in some gold thread at the moment underneath my clusters. So just one down there at the bottom left of my photo. And now I'm adding one over on the right hand side as well, under some of the houses at the top there, a little cluster at the top. So yeah, it's coming on, nearly there now. I'm just going to take a look at these bows. So I absolutely love bows. They're one of my favourite embellishments to use. And I struggled last time with the last pack of Pink Fresh Studio ones that we had, because all the colours were different and they had all different stripes on and all patterns and all sorts of things, and I was like, I just want my bows to be solid colours. And these ones are similar in the fact that they have different patterns on, but they're also different shapes. Anyway, I wasn't brave enough to use a different shaped bow today, so I've just used a standard normal bow that has subtle stripes on the main bow part and a slightly darker tail. Is that what it's called, that second part of the bow? Anyway, I have quickly sewed it through on my sewing machine because I do not trust those bows. Actually, it's not the bow's fault, it's my adhesive. I don't trust my tape to hold the bow in place because it's quite a hard, it needs to be really sticky basically, and my adhesive isn't good enough. So I've just quickly run it through my sewing machine to make sure that it definitely does not come unstuck, and I've stuck it onto the top of my photo with some glossy accents, and quite a large amount of it blobbed onto the page, so therefore that bow really won't be going anywhere, which is good. Here I am writing in my journaling that I shouldn't have done, that I should have put on my tag. And yeah, that's pretty much me done. I'm just going to add some final splatters using the ink pad. So I just want the orange splatters. They're going to show mostly on the left hand side, which is white, but I'm also going to put some on the right hand side too. I've just literally put my ink pad onto a piece of packaging, added some water, and use my paintbrush to pick up the paint and add some splatters, and that is me done. So make sure you come and join in with the challenge this week over on the Hip Kit Club Facebook group. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. Don't forget that if you subscribe to Hip Kit Club, you receive the main kit at a reduced price. You get a 15% discount on all add-on kits, and you get access to exclusive cut files. So lots of great reasons to subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. That was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.